My peoples, my peoples, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. This is a special edition episode, Sunday morning, but we had such a great night of boxing that we got to talk about it, my peoples. Golly, what a night of boxing. A bunch of great fights, slugfests, fight of the year candidate. We got to talk about all of it, my peoples, because it was just straight up action. Beautiful boxing yesterday. Salute to everybody tuning in, man. Toy Mafia, JJ's in there, has underrated Will, Shaggy in the building. My peoples, I appreciate you tuning in. Nice and early. Boxing for breakfast. We about to go in. Y'all know who this is. I'm Jay Smith, y'all. And listen, I went live from early on. Because I was like, yo, we got to catch all of these fights. Is going to be super interesting. We're going to get some real good action. I just had that feeling. And, yo, they did not disappoint. And before we even kick off, I'm going to just make a quick comparison. Check out the Zuffa card, right, that we saw on Friday where they was wearing those uniforms, black and white shorts. Everybody with the black and white shorts. And think about yesterday what we saw. The outfits. What's the deal, side? Bam! The outfits that they was wearing, the flashy gear, the colors, it looks different, man. Zuffa, the fighters, they look like they was on some B-League type shit. And what we saw yesterday, all flashy, it just looked like we used to get it from high-level boxing. So, listen, my peoples, because there was so much that we got to see yesterday. It was just a beautiful thing. Let me start off with Amari Jones. Amari Jones impressed us. He looked big, strong, fast, dropped his opponent. Yo, Amari Jones dropped his opponent with a jab, bro. Timed him, bam! You know the strength that it takes to drop somebody with a jab? Bam! But that's exactly what Amari Jones did. This young lion is going to be a problem. You already see the tools, the resources that he has in the ring. He's going to be a problem, man. He big and strong, and then he light on his toes. Yesterday, man, look, to me, that's super impressive. When you see a fighter like Amari Jones, who's big like that, strong like that, and you see him on his toes, you see him going to the left, going to, like, when you see that agility, that level of footwork, it makes you wonder, who's going to be able to deal with a guy like that? Big, strong, power, can hurt you with a jab, and then he light on his toes. Be on the lookout for Amari Jones. If you're not already following him, if you're not already seeing what's going on, I'm telling you, this kid is special. This kid is going to go on to do big things. We got to see, once again, Zaquin Moses. Ooh. Again, special. If you don't know that Zaquin Moses is pretty much guaranteed to be a world champion in the future, I'm telling you that's the case. Jay Stradamus is telling you that's the case. Zaquin Moses, you saw the skills, you saw the speed, you saw the defense, the elite level footwork. Sometimes he was out there looking like Shakur. You know he trains with his uncle. So Shakur trained with Willie Moses. So does Zaquin Moses. You see the jab. Bam, bam. I love to see that young fighter when they establish the jab nice and early. Bam, bam. And they dictate the pace. Control the distance. And basically, he was doing whatever he wanted to do. So, another young fighter who I could tell you he has a big, bright future ahead of him. Zaquin Moses is a special fighter, and you can expect him to go on and do big things, my people. Standing on the ground, salute, my brother. Now, we got to see Khalil Cole versus... Damn, I can't remember his name, man. This fight was interesting. You guys know Khalil Cole showed up almost 8 pounds overweight, 7.8 pounds. And I thought that fight was going to get stopped. And I said it before, if a fighter show up, yeah, Hart. Khalil Cole versus Hart. Jesse Hart. And I said it before, I feel like if a fighter shows up 8 pounds overweight, they need to pull the plug on the fight. Jesse Hart, 36 years old. You saw the whip-like jab. When the fight started, he was controlling the pace, controlling the distance, using that footwork, that quick jab. Khalil Cole had that left hand down, and he got clipped with some big right hands. Boom, boom. Eventually, he started putting his hands up. And I'm going to say this, man. It's interesting the way that it played out because kind of like at the midway point, you saw Hart kind of start running out of gas. And Khalil Cole looked like he was still fresh because throughout those first 6 rounds, he wasn't throwing that many punches. One thing I'm going to tell you right now, man, Khalil Cole has to work on his mid-range game. Why? You saw him a lot of times trying to go in without punching, just trying to close the gap so he can let off some bombs. And in that process of trying to go in, bang, he get clipped with some good jabs, get clipped with some 1-2s, bam, bam. So if Khalil Cole don't fix that mid-range game, yo, when he get to fight young elite level fighters, he gonna get got. He gonna get got. You're not gonna out-muscle guys. You're not gonna out-tough guys. And it seems like he was trying to do that. Hart fought a real good fight, but he started running out of gas. He started losing some of the later rounds. But then it looked like he caught a second wind, and then he started fighting in those last couple of rounds, too. I thought that fight was going to be a draw, or maybe Hart edged it. But no. One judge gave it a draw, which it made sense, and the other 2 judges scored it in Khalil Cole's favor. He won the fight. I didn't think he won the fight. I didn't think he won it. I thought because he lost a lot of the early rounds. So I felt like by the time he started winning, he was way behind on the cards. That's how I saw it. But the judges saw it differently. They gave it to Khalil Cole, and I predicted Khalil Cole was going to win. But after watching the fight, I didn't feel like he won it. I feel like he did win the last few rounds, but still, man, he lost too many of the early ones. That's how I felt about it. That's just me, right? Israel Madrimov, my peoples. Israel Madrimov looked good. He had a tough opponent. Guys, if you could tell me the name of Madrimov's opponent, I would appreciate it. Yo, 10 likes, 11 likes in the first 20 minutes. I appreciate y'all, man. People actually hitting that like button, double tapping that screen. Appreciate the love. If you could tell me, JJ, can you tell me Madrimov opponent's name? Damn, my Dominican brother, man, I can't remember his name. But Madrimov and his opponent, they had a real competitive fight. You saw that his opponent didn't carry a lot of power, but he made it interesting. He started landing big shots from Madrimov, but Madrimov showed his elite level with the way that he was doing combinations. Did you guys see Madrimov? He would go right to the head, left hook to the body, right to the head once again. He would mix that up. Left to the body, right to the head, left to the body again. And throughout the whole fight, you saw Madrimov investing to the body, investing, and ultimately, his opponent started slowing down a bit. He had been using a lot of footwork, a lot of movement, but he started slowing down, and he was fighting back the whole time. Although Madrimov was winning the fight, but his opponent kept fighting back, kept making it an interesting showdown. Ultimately, Israel Madrimov won by unanimous decision. Showed us his talent. So salute to Israel Madrimov. Let's see if we're gonna see him fighting for a title again at some point and trying to become a world champion. And then we got the main event, my peoples. The main event was without a doubt a fight of the year candidate. Did you guys see the main event? Whoa. That main event was something special. Jones, there you have it. that main event was something special to witness, my peoples. We watched boxing at the highest level for 12 rounds. 12 rounds of action-packed boxing. Telling you right now, this has to be a fight of the year candidate. It's one of those fights where you're gonna see some people say, no, this guy won, no, that guy won. Even as we was watching it, we had a hard time deciding who won which rounds. Some rounds I'll be like, nah, Muratalla got it. And people in the comments will be like, nah, Andy got it. Then the following round, I'll be like, yeah, Andy got that round. People be like, nah, Muratalla got it. It was that type of fight, man. There was a lot of swing rounds, lots of action. And let me point this out, my peoples. Ooh, Omari Jones, bro. No, but Omari Jones is not who fought Israel Madrimov. Omari Jones a special fighter, bro. Omari Jones, big, strong, something else. This fight right here, my people, let me say, you don't get this often, ladies and gentlemen. This doesn't happen all the time, but it happened yesterday. Jay Stradamus got it wrong. According to the judges, I predicted that Andy Cruz was going to win this fight. Muratalla beat him. And I'm going to tell you something. If I made a prediction and it goes the other way, look at the way that it went. Look at the type of fight that it was. Look at the scorecards. I think there was one scorecard that was a draw, and then two scorecards. I think there was a scorecard that Muratalla won by a wide margin. And even the people, the commentators were like, what are you talking about? J. Wright, you made me lose bread, goddamn, but you never said nothing when I made you win bread. Shit, if I made you win bread 50 times and then you lose bread once, you should still say, yeah, you still made me win bread. I'm still up. If you've been listening to me, we all should be up. I know I'm up. Danny on the ground, that's why I don't gamble. I know I'm up. I'm way up. So, but what a fight, my peoples. What a showdown. Golly. From round number 1, we saw them trading leather. From round number 1, we saw both of them landing big shots. My God. JJ said that has David Salazar. That's right. David Salazar gave Israel Madrimov a heck of a fight. He made it competitive. Even though he was losing, he kept fighting back, kept landing his own big shots, kept doing his thing. Doing it. So salute to David Salazar. Made it a fight. Never quit. Never stopped punching. And even in the last few rounds, if you think about it, in the last few rounds, David Salazar was coming on strong. But ultimately, Madrimov is the guy that walked out of there with the W. He was the better man. But I have to say, my people, this main event right here is probably, it could be fight of the year when it's all said and done. And I want you to think about this. We're in January, my people. This is January. The year just started, and we may have witnessed the fight of the year when the year just kicked off. That's crazy. That is crazy. Number 1, Andy Cruz was effective. Used his movement, used the lateral movement, used his footwork. The jab was on point. Combinations, landing the clean shots. But Muratalla also kept applying pressure for the entire 12 rounds. 12 rounds. Come on now. Let that sink in. 12 rounds of action. We got to see two fighters who were in just great condition. Great condition, my peoples. JJ said, everyone please join 2.0 Box Center. My peoples, listen, if you haven't subscribed to Box Center 2.0, you need to go there. Listen to JJ's and theirs. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link for y'all. So you don't have the excuse like, oh, nah, I didn't know. I didn't find it. I didn't know where it was at. Let me drop that link for y'all. Box Center 2.0, my peoples. By the way, exclusive content drops on Box Center 2.0. Let me put that in there. There you go, my peoples, right there. Boom. Box Center 2.0, my people. Subscribe to that channel for exclusive content. Remember, what goes on here, you might catch it on IG. You might catch it on Facebook. A lot of the videos that I drop on here. But any content that drops on Box Center 2.0 is exclusive to that channel. So if you don't go there, you're never going to miss that content, the behind the scene footage. And I got a show coming up. We got Goofiest of the Oofiest, who still haven't debuted in 2026. Only on Box Center 2.0 could you ever catch Goofiest of the Oofiest. And look, this is the perfect time for me to tell you guys something. I got to drop another one for you. Gotta drop another one for you. This is right now exclusive, what I'm about to tell you. I haven't posted about it. I haven't said anything about it on no show. This is the first time that I'm going to say this. So remember it. If you check out the videos that I drop, right, you're going to notice, boom, that there aren't that many videos on the channel. You know that there's shorts and then there's long videos. I haven't dropped a long video, like a regular length video, let's say 10 minutes, for example, in about a month. About a month that I haven't dropped a video. But I do drop shorts almost daily. By the way, my peoples, a lot of you missing out on those shorts. You have no idea what you're missing out. You have no idea. I'm the master when it comes to editing the content and dropping footage about these different fights, what's coming up, what we doing next. I'm the master. I am him. I'm not just him during the live. I'm him when I'm dropping a video. So the shorts, they're always going to be fire. But I'm going to start dropping long videos because I'm starting a series. My peoples, don't miss out. The Box Center series is going to be crazy. Box Center, the show. Now, Box Center, the show is not going to be live. It's going to be videos that I'm going to be dropping about upcoming fights and about fights that already took place. But in these videos, I'm actually breaking down the fights. I'm giving you a breakdown of what we can expect, or I'm giving you a breakdown of what we already witnessed. The first video is actually dropping today. And it's going to be a breakdown of what we saw yesterday. So we talking about it right now, but I want you guys, later tonight, that video is going to drop. I want you guys to check it out. I'll share the link. It's going to be fire. So you're going to have a whole brand new show from Jay Smith on Box Center. And it's called Box Center, the show. So tune in, check it out, because the videos are going to be fire. But my peoples, could you ask for something better than what we got yesterday? Come on now. JJ said that's education boxing videos so we can all have a better conversation, of course. Once you watch these videos, you're going to say, okay, this was going on. Now you're going to jump into that live. You know what we're going to be talking about. There's some situations that maybe you were not aware of and you're going to find out. So now you have a good talking point to bring up in conversation. Hell yeah, my brother. The videos is going to be fire. I already started working on the first one. I just have to do some editing and then I'm dropping it for you. But these videos is going to be fire. Box Center, the show, is something different. Something different, my people. Danny on the ground, that's what's up. What time? My notifications worrying me. Well, I tell you what, I got good news for you, my brother. My shadow ban is going to end on Wednesday. That means that after the shadow ban, you should start getting the notifications, hopefully. But the show is not going to drop late night. This video that I'm telling you about is going to drop probably like at 2, 3 p.m. in the afternoon today. Because I already did it. I just have to do some editing. And when you see it, you'll understand. Because as I'm talking to you, I'm showing you images. I'm showing you video. I'm showing you what I'm talking about. So the editing process takes a little bit of time because I'm trying to give you some good quality. I'm not giving you some bullshit that I just did real quick. When you watch these videos, you're going to know, yeah, Jay Smith put some time into this. Put some dedication. Put some focus into putting together a nice package so we can enjoy watching these videos. So I promise you, you're going to love it once you see it. Man, my peoples, what a night of boxing, y'all. What a fight between Andy Cruz and Raymond Muratalla. And I'm going to tell you right now, not because I said Andy Cruz was going to win, but I felt like he edged it out. I felt like he won the fight because he was landing the cleaner shots. Muratalla was applying the pressure and throwing a lot of punches, but Andy Cruz was more consistent with landing the clean ones. That's why I felt like he edged it out. But it was a close fight. Ultimately, I have to say, it could have gone either way. That's how close it was. There was a lot of swing rounds. You don't know who the judges was going to score it for. So it could have gone either way. JJ said that, just like a boxer, the more tools you put in the bag, the more you can get into the conversations of boxing. That's facts. That's facts. And I'm going to be dropping these videos, and as soon as people see them, they're going to have great talking points when we jump into these live. Why? Because they're already going to have a good understanding of what's going on, what's happening, what's coming next, what happened in that fight. And then, you know, you could agree or you could disagree, but you have a talking point. Look at this fight right here. The way that they went back and forth. Do you favor the guy who was applying the pressure, or do you favor the guy who was counterpunching and landing the clean shots on the inside? And landing a combination. It depends what you saw, because even the judges saw it differently. One judge said, this is a draw. I myself said, this could be a draw, but I think Andy maybe edged it. And ultimately, Muratalla defended his title. But I will say, the commentary seemed to be extremely biased in Raymond Muratalla's favor. You could see the Muratalla. And it's almost like they noticed everything Muratalla was doing, but didn't see anything Andy was doing. Even towards the end, one of the commentators was like, well, Andy Cruz is landing the cleaner shots, but Muratalla is busy, and the judges, even if he's missing, the judges are going to give him rounds. And I'm like, God damn, even if it's missing? What the fuck? But that's the way they saw it. That's the way the cookie crumbles. The hydro grind, I told all of y'all Muratalla had it. Give me my flowers. You got your flowers, the hydro grind. But these are the type of flowers that if you contradict me every single time what you have, eventually when I don't get it right, you're going to get it right. And you'll say, give me my flowers. So think about it. When I said Bo was going to win, you said Canelo was going to win. When I said Haney was going to win, you said Brian Norman Jr. was going to win. When I said, every time I say somebody going to win, you say the opposite guy was going to win. So eventually, there you have it. You get your flowers, but you always do it. You always do the same thing. Daniel LeGrand, yeah, I saw that. J-Rod Muratalla dominated that runner and made it look easy. Made it look easy? Take a 24-hour break, man. I already knew you was coming with some dumb shit from the beginning. The first comment you made, I already knew you was going to do that. Made it look easy. Ken Moore, he wants to fight the win. The hydro grind. Thank you. Thank you. JJ said there has flowers and box of chocolate. There you go, man. You get, look, I'm going to give you more than the flowers. I'm going to give you the famous kudos. Kudos to you, my G. Jay Smith, get him the fuck out of here. I had to get him the fuck out of here. I haven't even seen that goof. I don't even know who that is. That's just that could be the vegetable salad sitting in his wheelchair somewhere. I'm like, who the fuck is this? You made me lose money. Who the fuck is this, man? Get the fuck out of here. My peoples, we witnessed a fight of the year candidate, and it's only January. We have a whole year to go. A whole year worth of fights. Yet this fight right here is going to be hard to replicate that type of action. Because it was the ebb and flow from round number 1 to round number 12. The entire fight. And you know what? I put that dummy on a 24-hour break. Let's get him the fuck out of here. Forget about putting him on a 24-hour break. We gotta get that dummy out of here, because they're gonna come with some dumb shit tomorrow too. Yeah, I'll leave him right there. I don't got time to be blocking that dummy. But I digress. What do you guys think about yesterday's card? The Lunatic Librarian, salute my brother. What do you guys think about the card in general? Look at all the fights. Think about the way that they all played out. Think about the action. Because, number one, Omari Jones, whoa, 154-pounder, big and strong, light on his toes, showed us the talent that he brings to the table. Zaquin Moses, look what he did yesterday. Look at the skills, look at the movement, look at the footwork. Everything he brings to the table. JJ's in there has, man, listen, the vegetable salad with his dumb shit. Then we saw Khalil Cole, who won the fight, but I thought that was kind of like a controversial win. At the end of that fight, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought maybe it could have been a draw. Khalil Cole won. Okay, there you have it. But you saw some kinks in the armor for Khalil Cole. Little things here and there that you're like, he's going to get in trouble, man. When you get to the elite, the young guys, because he faced a 36-year-old opponent. Israel Madrimov. What I love the most from Israel Madrimov is the way that he was putting together his combinations. To the head, to the body, to the head. To the head, to the body, to the body. To the body, to the... He would right hand to the body, left hook to the head, and another right hand to the body. Left, right to the body, left to the head, right to the body once again. Left, right to the head, left to the body, right to the head. Like, he kept doing that throughout the fight. And I tell you, man, when I used to box, I went up against a couple of guys who did that. Don't be doing that shit to me. I hated it. You block the head, boom, take a nasty shot to the body. You block a shot to the body, boom, take a nasty shot to the mouthpiece. Madrimov was on point with those combinations. And, of course, the main event. Whoa. The Hydro Grind. Salazar stood his ground. People expected him to be knocked out. And he made it to the end. Nah, look. He made it interesting. In the beginning of the fight, he was doing a lot of movement and seemed like he was trying to survive. But then it's like his confidence started to go up as the fight progressed. And then he did. He started standing his ground, landing good punches, being consistent. He made it interesting. And one thing I want to give credit to Salazar for is that he never quit, kept fighting. Towards the end, he won a couple of rounds there. He never laid down, never made it an easy fight for Madrimov. And landed some good shots, landed some big shots. But ultimately, Israel Madrimov was the more talented fighter. You know, the combinations to the top, to the bottom, to the top. He was just unstoppable and won the fight by unanimous decision, as we would have expected if you was watching. JJ said that's consistency of fucked up scorecards. Yeah, the scorecards was funny throughout the night. Throughout the night, we saw funny scorecards. Because one judge had Khalil Cole winning, like blowing Jesse Hart out. I'm like, God damn. Blowing him out of the water like that when the first half of the fight, Khalil Cole was barely throwing any punches and consistently getting teed off on. So I didn't understand. You're right, JJ. I didn't understand some of them scorecards. Didn't understand it. The Haitian grind. Proud of our Dominican brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He wasn't out there to lay down. He wasn't out there to lose. You could see the effort that he was putting into it. You could see the skill level that he got. I think that Salazar, was hanging in there with a world champion. Showed that he can hang in there with a guy who's been at the very top of the 154 division. And come on now, Israel Madrimov went the distance with Terrence Crawford. The best fighter of this generation, he wasn't able to stop Israel Madrimov. That shows you the level of talent that he is. So, yes, a lot of people said Madrimov was going to stop Salazar. He couldn't do it. Salazar can fight. Good defense, good movement, good counterpunching. And Madrimov had to earn that victory via 12 rounds. JJ in there has 20 people in the building and only 16 likes. Come on, man. Come on, my people. There's no ghost watching. In 2026, there's no ghost watching, my people. Double tap that screen now. The Lunatic Librarian. Salazar is lucky he made it to the end, to the final bell. With 2 extra rounds, he does get stopped. Now, look, he did get stunned towards the end, and Madrimov did try to stop him, especially in that last round. But I got to say, my brother, this is something to consider. Skilled fighters, when they get stunned, they know how to use that movement, that footwork to not get knocked out. And Salazar did a good job with that. When he got stunned, he used that movement, used those counter punches, punching in between punches and moving, and Madrimov wasn't able to stop him. Average Joes, guys that are not that skilled, when they get hit hard and hurt, you know what they do? They go into the instinctive punches. They try to fight back like this, boom, 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 and ultimately get knocked out. So Salazar had the wherewithal to use that footwork, that head movement, punching between shots, and he disrupted Madrimov enough to not get knocked out. Got to give it to him. The Hydrogrind commentator said that Madrimov will face the winner of Fedora Thurman. Ooh. And that's a fight that I've been looking forward to. Sebastian Fedora, Keith Thurman. You guys remember that fight was supposed to happen last year. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was supposed to happen in November. And I don't know why they pushed it back. I don't know if Thurman got hurt or something, or Fedora got hurt. I don't know what happened. But it got pushed back, and it looks like we're still getting that fight. I'm super looking forward to it. And I told you guys before, Fedora versus Thurman is going to be a very competitive fight. People think that Fedora is just going to knock him out, get him out of there. A lot of disrespect being put on Keith Thurman's name. Respect Keith Thurman. One time, hasn't been active, but he can fight. And he's already shown us that coming off of inactivity, he can still have a great fight. Like he did versus the kid in Australia. He had been inactive for, what, a year, 2 years? Came back and beat the crap out of an undefeated young fighter. And the kid he beat is no bum. And Keith Thurman looked fast, sharp, strong, had devastating power, got the knockout, the brutal knockout, if you ask me. So don't get it twisted, my peoples. Don't disrespect Keith Thurman like that. Because he's a fighter who already showed me, who already showed us that he can come off of inactivity and still put the beats on somebody. And when he fights Sebastian Fedora, he's going to have the edge in speed. He's going to have the edge in experience. He's going to have the edge in footwork. So don't get it twisted. Sebastian Fedora is the guy running the 154 division. Right now it's his division until further notice. But don't sleep on Keith Thurman. Don't act like he's going over there to get washed. This guy has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove to the world that he can become a world champion once again. So Keith Thurman is still a dangerous fighter, y'all. Dangerous fighter. Dangerous. But let's make the quick comparison. Let's make the quick comparison. Did anybody here see the Zuffa card from Friday? Any of you guys seen it? The Lunatic Librarian, Muratalla Saliev is the most dangerous world champion at 154. Look, it's reasonable to say that because how we've seen him pulverize opponents. That's reasonable. But as of right now, Sebastian Fundora is the guy. You know why? Because the only big win that we know about from Sebastian Mortasaliev is Tim Tszyu. And we saw what Sebastian Fundora did to Tim Tszyu. Pulverized them too. You got to take that into consideration. So Tim Tszyu has some more decorated resume and bigger wins than Mortasaliev. As of right now, it is Sebastian Fundora's division. Now, they got to fight each other. They got to fight each other. Because you know you have Mortasaliev, you have Jerome Boost Ennis. At 154, you have Xander Sayers. 154 is loaded, my peoples. Loaded. The Hydrogram with Thurman coming off of an injury, I don't know anymore. But he came off of an injury before and still performed. Clarissa Sayers is the greatest Puerto Rican fighter since Berlanga. Come on, man. Since Berlanga. Look, man, Berlanga, I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. My perspective on Berlanga at this point is that he's a hype job. I'm sorry to say that. Hype job Berlanga. And I'm going to tell you why I consider Berlanga a hype job. Why exactly or how exactly did Edgar Berlanga determine that he was the king of New York? Teofimo Lopez, right now, Teofimo is the most decorated fighter coming out of New York. Most decorated fighter coming out of New York. It's Teofimo Lopez. How exactly did Edgar Berlanga determine that he was the king of New York? I don't get that. Clarissa. Teo grew up in Florida. Yeah, but he's from New York. From New York. But Edgar Berlanga never won a title, never accomplished anything, never beat a champion. And the 2 times he went up for a title, what happened? Canelo made him look like a third shift janitor from Wendy's. Like he goes to fight and then he goes to Wendy's to mop floors. That's how Canelo made him look. Hamza Shiraz hit him with that. Hamza Shiraz beat the shit out of him. So Edgar Berlanga hasn't even been competitive. He ain't even been competitive versus the champions. He never been that. Hype job Berlanga. So I had Thurman beating Pacquiao 115-113 when I rewatched the fight with no commentary. Nah, I had Pacquiao winning that fight. It was a good fight, but I had Pacquiao winning it. Plus, he dropped him. That's a 10-8 round. JJ said, be nice, Jay Smith. I like Wendy's. I like Wendy's too, and I support Wendy's employees. Berlanga looked like he needs to be at Wendy's serving fries when he fought Canelo. And then Hamza Shiraz made him look like a Taco Bell burrito roller. Like he needs to be rolling burritos in Taco Bell in a second shift. JJ said that Jay Smith boxing like a Muppet. Yo, he gave him the beat the shit out of him. Look at that. Because Edgar Berlanga, now Hamza Shiraz is the king of New York. You made Hamza Shiraz the king of New York. Clarissa, Teo the greatest Honduran fighter since the Mayans were sacrificing people at the pyramids. God damn. Listen, I gotta say, man, Teofimo Lopez is one of those fighters who he hasn't gotten the credit that he deserved. He's not well liked, I think, because of his antics. Some of the things that he say rub people the wrong way. And I would say it's more about his personality than about what he does in the ring. I'm not really into that, to be honest. Even if I don't like how a fighter is personally, if they the shit inside the ring, I'm going to say it. I'm going to let the people know. Listen, you may not like this guy, but in the ring, it is what it is. Teofimo has pissed me off a few times. Trust me. I remember one time I put up a video. Fuck Teofimo Lopez. I'm not supporting that bitch ass nigga. Pissed me off. But ultimately, no matter how much I could be mad at him for what he does and the things he say, and when he said racist shit, I still accept him as one of the great fighters of this era. One of the most accomplished. You know, you can't change. You can't use your personal feelings to judge what a fighter does inside the ring. Jay gets in there, oh shit, Jay Smith, you're making me hungry. Shit, I'm getting hungry, bro. The lunatic librarian, I like Zayas as a fighter. I don't think his chin will hold up. He gives me Juan Manuel Lopez vibes. Look, I'm going to tell you like this, because we've been focusing on Hype Job Berlanga. Xander Zayas is a fighter who I honestly believe is special. I want you to look at something, because I caught a lot of flack for this. People rained on me. Nah, Jay, you full of shit. But I want you guys to take the time to compare what I'm about to tell you. Check out that Xander Zayas left hook from the mid-range. Not from the inside, from the mid-range. When he brings it out like that. Bang, out there like that. Bang. And then go to Tito Trinidad videos, some highlights, and check out the Tito Trinidad left hook. Bang! From that mid-range. And you're going to see that the Zayas left hook looks identical to the Tito Trinidad left hook. Identical. Even when he does a 1, 2, 3, bang, 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 catches him out there with that left hook. So there's things about Zayas' offensive firepower that tell me he might end up being a great fighter, bro. Tell me he might end up achieving greatness. JJ's in the house. Can't hate fighters that will not let you make money in boxing bets. The lunatic librarian, yeah. It's the hook that dropped Fernando Vargas. Trinidad, that was his bread and butter. Caused a lot of damage with that left hook. And Xander Zayas, my peoples, I'm telling you, watch the footage. I almost feel sure, because Trinidad, that's the one thing about Tito Trinidad. He support Puerto Rican fighters. You see him supporting young fighters coming up. And I'm telling you, Xander Zayas got that left hook that I believe he has worked directly with Trinidad on some of those mechanics. Eugene Johnson, Muratalla, the real deal. He said he's trying to be the face of the 135 division. Just business. My bad. But how long till this Shakur fight? It's next week. It's Saturday. Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, wait no longer. Next week. And y'all know I'm calling it live. Y'all know I'm giving you the live action. But, again, Muratalla, just like Eugene Johnson said, he's a special fighter. My people, we about to hit an hour of boxing for breakfast. Not even 20 likes. Don't do me like this, my people. Let's get to 20 likes at least, bro. Come on now. Giving you this sweet science early in the morning. Mr. Bonilla, what do you think about the Cole versus Hart fight? I put 50 on Hart, and they robbed his ass. Shaking my head. So I'm going to tell you something interesting, Mr. Bonilla. I predicted that Khalil Cole was going to win the fight, but at the end, I felt like Bonilla edged it. Think about it. When you say a guy's going to win a fight and he wins, you're supposed to be happy. Okay, hold on. We got a dummy in here. Let me block this dummy. When you say, hey, this guy's going to win a fight, and they do win the fight, you're like, okay. You're supposed to be happy, right? I didn't feel like he won the fight. By the time they got to the last round, I was already telling the people, either this is going to be a draw or hard edged it. Why? How could Khalil Cole win this fight when during the first half of the fight, he was out there getting beat up? He was getting teed off on. Granted, Hart did run out of gas, but that was already by round number 6, round number 7. And even the last round, it looked like he won it. So I felt like he should have walked out of there with the W, or at least it should have been a draw. I did not see Hart losing that fight. Bounce back. Well, Jay is at Jay Smith. I'm going to send you more likes right now on my other phones. I appreciate it, man. I know that there's people who jump up in here and hit the like button before they hear anything. And JJ's in there, as you go on different accounts and still hit the like button from multiple accounts just to look out for me. I appreciate you, my brother. Bounce back. Let's talk boxing for a second. Greg Hackett coached his ass off. Those instructions he was giving Jesse Hart was on point. You talking nothing but facts. Oh, you step up in here talking facts like that. That's how you doing it, bounce back? Then I have to agree with you. You gonna step up in here talking facts just like that? I'm gonna have to agree with you. Greg Hackett was on point, giving the marvelous instructions. Salute to Greg Hackett. I'm gonna have to hit him up like, bro, congratulations. I know Greg Hackett is mad as hell. Train that man for a victory, coach your ass off in the corner, and walk out of there with a loss. Greg Hackett got to be mad as hell right now. Mad as hell. I know how he got to be feeling. You finish a fight, you put in all that work, you feel like you won, and you walk out of there with an L. That's nasty work. Nasty. The Hydro Grind. Cole just proved he ain't ready for the big leagues. Didn't make weight and didn't look good against a 36-year-old. Well, we got to say, Jesse Hart can fight. Skilled fighter. Got power, got pop. My problem with Khalil Cole and why I don't think he's ready for the big leagues is that he's too one-dimensional. Too one-sided. All he wants to do is close the gap and drop bombs on you. But at the mid-range, he was getting beat up. He was getting teed off on. From the beginning of the fight, y'all remember, those of you who tuned in to Fight Night with Jay Smith, Khalil Cole like this. Boom! Before he got hit with the right hand, I told you, yo, look at the left hand of Khalil Cole. What the hell he doing? When you fighting a taller fighter who got reach on you and a snappy-ass jab, you don't keep your hands down like this. You don't fight like this. You ain't no defensive guru. He kept getting clipped, boom, with a big right hand. Jab, jab, boom. He caught multiple of those. Very low punch output. Mr. Bonilla, 100% right. Khalil Cole didn't have no output. He started letting his hands go a little bit more after the midway point. You lost a bunch of rounds. So he may have done enough to catch up, but enough to win. One of the scorecards, I think, Khalil Cole winning like 8-4. I'm like, what the fuck was that judge watching? What? Khalil Cole 8-4? That motherfucker filled up that scorecard on Friday. He definitely didn't fill up the card watching a fight. He filled that shit up on Friday. Khalil Cole won 8-4. This is my card no matter what. Fuck it. Because ain't no way Khalil Cole won that fight 8-4. No way. That's impossible. Wes Dustin, salute, my brother. Bam! Like activated. I appreciate you, my G. You always do that. You always jump in and boom, hit the like button before you even heard Jay Smith say a single word. One love to you, my G. I appreciate you. My peoples, tell me how exactly did Khalil Cole win that fight by pretty much a blowout? The only way I think that happens is if the judge filled out the scorecard on Friday and already decided, yo, Khalil Cole 8-4, fuck it. He got it. Turn in that scorecard. That shit was crazy. JJ said that's exactly J. Smith. Fucked up scorecards. The hydro grind. I would have sat there to draw. I would have took a draw. And matter of fact, when the fight ended, I said Jesse Hart edged it, but it could also be a draw. Because, okay, towards the end of the fight, Khalil Cole started coming on strong. You saw that Jesse Hart was kind of running out of gas. So those last few rounds, yeah, Khalil Cole got it. But the first half of the fight, he was out there getting cooked. Low punch output and being teed off on. I don't know what that judge was looking at. Mr. D. Bonilla, that gave me a huge distaste for the game. I hated boxing last night, but then Muratalla versus Cruz came on. I feel you, bro. I feel you. There's some moments, it's a hate-love relationship sometimes. Yesterday, you felt the hate. The hydro grind, because Hart got a point deducted. Yeah, but even with that point deduction, man, I think the point deduction could have been enough to make it a draw. Make it a draw. But a blowout by Khalil Cole, man, get the fuck out of here. Eugene Johnson, do you see what Keyshawn did after the Cruz Muratalla fight? The judge said, yo, I haven't seen Keyshawn's reaction, but I figure he's going to be joking on it because you know Andy Cruz always say Keyshawn is my son. Keyshawn is my son. So I know Keyshawn Davis enjoyed that fight. Mr. D. Bonilla, the judge said, I'm going to score it today and just enjoy the fight tomorrow as a fan. That's what I'm talking about. That judge said, fuck it, I don't want to work, B. 8-4 Khalil Cole, fuck it. Just watch this shit tomorrow. Eugene Johnson was celebrating hard yesterday. Wes Dustin, I watched the Cruz fight this morning. What a great scrap. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to tell you this. My peoples. That fight was so good that I'm watching it again today. Every time there's a really good fight on Saturday, the next day I watch it again. So I will be watching that fight and enjoying it again today. JJ Sendejas, they have to put pressure to the judges to do a better job for the boxers. Not cool. I said this before, my people. The problem with judging is that we as fans don't really know what's happening. There's no clarity. I think sometimes they do pull judges aside and they're like, yo, what's up with them cards? And the judges give a little explanation. But they have to be more transparent. And I'm going to tell you like this. If I'm somebody that's involved in it, the judge who scored the fight 8-4 in Khalil Cole's favor, I'm calling him to a meeting today. I'm going to call him and I'm going to be like, yo, bro, I saw the scorecards that you have from yesterday. Do you think we could have a meeting today, please? Okay, show up to my office. We have to have a conversation about those scorecards. But this is how the conversation is going to play out. He's going to walk into my office. I'm going to tell him, go ahead, take a seat. Do you want some coffee? Get him some coffee. You're going to grab the coffee, and I'm going to tell him, I'm going to ask him, can you explain to me why you scored that card, that fight, 8-4? And the judge is going to be like, well, you know what happened. Shut the fuck up. You're a goofball. You fired. You fired. Security, get him the fuck out of here. Get this goofball out of here. You need to be in Taco Bell rolling burritos. You goofball. You ain't a judge no more. The fuck out of my office. And that's how that conversation is going to play out. Any judge with a funny-ass scorecard, you ain't judging no more. You done. That's how I'm doing it, my peoples. I don't got no patience for the bullshit. You out of here. Get the fuck out of my office. You bum. You don't know shit about boxing, and you don't know shit about judging. The fuck out of here. That's how I'm doing them. That's how I'm firing them. And give me my goddamn coffee back. You can't drink that shit either. I'm drinking it. JJ's in their house. Have to give these fuckers an eye test. before they can judge. Mr. Bonilla, you fired. These judges need to get fired. I agree with you 100%. The judge had multiple fights where he messed that up. Come on now. The hydro grind. I will play back the round in their faces and tell them to explain. I'm telling you, bro, I'm firing motherfuckers left and right. Judges will be fired almost every weekend. We're going to have to be posted. We're hiring new judges. We're going to be hiring new judges every day because we're going to be firing old judges every day. When you're a judge, you're going to have to be like this and score that fight to where we can't question it. We can't question your scorecards. But if you have a close fight and you have somebody winning by a wide margin, you getting the fuck out of here. We don't want you. We don't need you. That's how I'm doing it, my peoples. Don't get me in boxing because I'm going to be firing motherfuckers left and right. Wes Dustin, by the time the winner's announced, the check have already been cleared. That's what it looks like. Not necessarily the checks. Not necessarily the checks. By the time the winner been announced, they already got their little brown paper bag somewhere with a nice little stack. What they giving them to give them that bullshit scorecard? 10 racks. Angry Knicks fan. There's no way promoters don't have a say on judges. Well, so here's the deal. Technically, promoters don't have a say because the judges are selected by the athletic commission. So technically, they're not supposed to. But there's loopholes. There's little things that you do. Like, for example, the Nevada State Athletic Commission doesn't have the same judges as the athletic commission over there. So you might be connected to these judges, so you only fight over here so that you can only get these judges in your fights. So in a way, there's little loopholes to get the judges that you want. JJ said that has cash. Jay Smith is talking about that little brown paper bag, bro. That's the safest way to exchange it. It's like it never happened. Dr. D. Bonilla, Mr. Bonilla, they don't have a say, but money talks, bullshit walks. That's facts. JJ said they have mob style. The brown paper bag never misses. And you know what it is? Once you took that brown paper bag, you got to do what you told, or there's going to be repercussions. And you got to do it. But ultimately, we cannot have judges rendering crazy scorecards because it affects the integrity of the sport. You do not want boxing fans to wonder if this was legit, if this was staged, if the judges got paid. You don't want that. You want good scores, good scorecards to reflect what actually happened in the ring. And I'm not saying that, the outcome has to be what we want it to be, but to tell me that Khalil Cole beat Jesse Hart 8-4? Man, you filled up that scorecard on Friday, bro. You did not fill it during the fight. Side, Barrios about to take that brown paper bag money. I've been hearing that. Mr. Bonilla, the brown paper bag. The brown paper bag. You know what's in it? It depends who's getting it. Some people get that little brown paper bag and it's the little one, the smaller one, and it's only 2-3 racks. But some people get the bigger paper bag, the doggy bag. They getting 10 racks and better. Angry Knicks fan. Facts. JJ said that's exactly, side. Not cool for boxing fans. I don't want to hear it, man. We need fair, reasonable scorecards. Ain't nobody going to be happy with that. It's like, listen to this. The same thing happened in the main event. Same thing happened in the main event, y'all. One judge saw it a draw. That's reasonable. There's a judge that saw an 8-4 for Muratalla. He filled up his scorecard on Friday. He got his brown paper bag on Friday. That's what it looked like. On Friday, he got the brown paper bag. When he pulled it out, it was the money and the scorecard. This your scorecard right here. Turn this shit in. You ain't even got to fill nothing up, sucker. Come on, man. If you watch the fight and you think Muratalla won, that's cool because it was a good fight and it was a competitive fight. But those of you who think Muratalla won, do you believe he won 8-4? 8-4, you pretty much dominated your opponent, bro. 8-4 says you beat his ass. You think Muratalla beat Andy Cruz 8-4? JJ says, you get a bigger bag when I put more money down on that bet, of course. Angry Knicks fan, that fight could have gone both ways. So if it's a fight that could have gone either way because of those swing rounds, you understand that it's either going to be a draw or somebody's going to edge it. I feel like Andy Cruz edged it because he was landing the cleaner shots. But I was like, this could be a draw. 8-4 scorecard in Muratalla's favor? Come on, man. 310 man Ruth. Salute, family. Bam. Come on, my people. For real? That's what we talking about? A blowout in Muratalla's favor? He just beat him up and dominated Andy Cruz? I don't know, but I'm back, my peoples. I'm back in the building. I know the live was cooked real quick, but I'm back in the building. Yes, sir. Side J. Smith got a call. The live is cooked, but we back in action, bro. Mr. D. Bonilla, Raymond Face told the story. Andy is too high tech for people to watch and know what's going on. Even the judges couldn't understand. Andy Face looked in pristine shape, and I said that at the end of the fight. Ya no, more, está bien. At the end of the fight, I said, look at the face. Look at Andy Cruz's face and look at Muratalla's face. He was getting countered effectively, but he was working. He was applying pressure. And you know, I know that sometimes judges award that. When a fighter's applying pressure, even if he's not landing the cleaner or the best shots, judges award that when you're applying constant pressure. It was a heck of a fight, man. And I got to tell you, fight of the year type of fight. I appreciate what Andy Cruz brought to the table, what Muratalla brought to the table. They gave us, you know, one of the greatest fights that we're going to see in 2026. So salute to both of them. My peoples, I'm about to end this show. But before I do, I want to give a shout out to everybody who showed love this morning, everybody who enjoyed the show. Mr. Bonilla, Sai, 310 Man Ruth, JJ's in their house. Angry Knicks fan was in the building. Salute, family. Fellas, we enjoyed a great night of boxing yesterday. Sai, West Dustin, salute, family. Who else was in the building, man? The lunatic librarian was up in here talking that boxing. Fellas, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Y'all already know what this is. Another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. JJ's in their house says the word of the day. Drop the word of the day. I'm going to give you the word of the day. Here's the word of the day, my peoples. Be responsible. Do what you're supposed to do. Do your job. Whatever it is in life. When you go to work, do your job. When you're taking care of your kids, do your job. When you're taking care of your wife, do your job. Don't be like them goofy-ass judges from yesterday that didn't do their job, that deserve to be fired. You should not be fired as a father, as a family man, as a hard-working man. Don't get yourself fired. Don't be the person who deserves to be fired because you want to be a goofball like them goofy-ass judges. Just do your job in life, my peoples. That's my word of the day. Do your motherfucking job. Jay Smith, man. This is Boxing for Breakfast. I'm signing off. One love to everybody, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is.